Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. Now I'm going to teach you chapter number 10, organs of government. This chapter is very interesting. In this chapter you are going to study about legislature, means Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, executive, all the ministers, okay? And you are going to study about the judiciary. So students, this chapter is very interesting. From this chapter you will gain a lots of knowledge, a practical knowledge, everything that you will gain from this chapter. So pay attention. There are three organs of government: legislature, executive and judiciary. We shall study in detail the formation of all these three organs of government, their powers, their functions, their interpersonal relation. One of the main objectives of the nation to maintain the law and order, thereby achieve the welfare of the nation. So at the same time to nurture and protect the freedom, fundamental rights of the citizen. So protection is important, giving freedom is important, freedom, fundamental rights are also important. For the progressive development of the state, it is necessary that all three organs of the government, the legislature, executive, judiciary, work in a mutual unity, cooperation and coordination. All the three organs should be work together so that the government can run its administration effectively and efficiently. The legislature frame the laws. Function of legislature means Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha that frame the law. Executive means minister implement the law or frame this law, implement the law, and judiciary maintain the law and order by punishing the people who are breaking the law or violate the law. The legislature as per the Constitution of India includes Parliament, means Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, Legislative Assembly at the state level, Vidhan Sabha, Vidhan Parishad. Executive as per the Constitution of India consists of President, Prime Minister, Cabinet Minister, their administrative system at the center and Governor. The Chief Minister and his Cabinet administrative system at the state level. Whereas the judiciary, include all the type of the courts. Supreme Court at the top, middle at the High Court, bottom level subordinate court, district court, local court, special courts. The judiciary is separate and independent of all, means legislation and executives. India is a union of states. No state is completely independent and sovereign. The Indian parliamentary system has divided its power according to the principle of division of power between the center and the state, such as the legislature, executive is totally interdependent on each other, whereas the judiciary is separate, independent and impartial organ. So students, you have to remember only three organs: legislature, executive, judiciary. All are interdependent on each other. They should be work cooperatively, coordination should be there. Okay, the two organs, legislature, executive, that are independent and sovereign, interdependent on each other, but judiciary is separate, independent and impartial organ. The principle of division of power means division of power between central and state government. The government carries out the function of the states. These are different from one another. The function of all these organs of government are different. All the function requires certain expertise. So all the three organs of the functions are different. All the three organs of the government should not administrate by different people. Each organ should be carried out its own function. By division of power, misuse can be avoided. It is necessary to divide the powers among the three organs of the government in order to make the function of government easy and efficient. So division of power, misuse should be, by division of power, misuse can be avoided. For example, legislature has power to frame the law, but some power also given to the executive and judiciary that legislature cannot misuse its power. Similarly, the executive is controlled by giving power to the legislature and judiciary. And judiciary is controlled by giving the power to legislature and executive. So in this way, division of the power. By division of the power, misuse can be avoided. Now, students, I am going to explain you legislature first. The organs of the first organ of the government, legislature. Students, you have heard about this, the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Okay, so I am going to explain you that. In the republic having parliamentary democracy, representation of the people at the center is seen at the parliament and of the state seen in the legislative assembly. Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha at the central level. Vidhan Sabha, Vidhan Parishad, legislative assembly, legislative council at the state level. The parliament is important and apex organization of the nation. The Indian parliament consists of, includes president, vice president, Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha. Legislature is of two types. Unicameral legislature means what? Only one house. When there is a one house, it's called unicameral. Bicameral, when the legislature is consist of two house, is called bicameral. At the center level, upper house of the legislature is called Rajya Sabha. Lower house, that is called Lok Sabha. State level, legislative assembly and legislative council. Now student, you have to remember, most of the states have legislative assembly. But state like Bihar, Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra, Bihar, UP and Maharashtra have legislative council also. So I had explained to you the legislature, okay, at the central level Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, at the state level legislative council and legislative assembly. Students, you have to remember, at the state level, three states, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra. Bihar, Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra have legislative council also. Now students, legislature at central level. So in the central level of parliament, I am going to explain you two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha is considered as lower house of the parliament and Rajya Sabha is considered as upper house of the parliament. So afterwards you are going to study about the qualification for being a member of the Lok Sabha. Total member of the Lok Sabha are 545 and total member of the Rajya Sabha are 245 members. That you have to remember. Now I am going to teach you legislature at central level parliament of Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha is the lower house of the parliament, students. The member of the Lok Sabha are the representative of the people who are elected through direct election. So there are direct election in the Lok Sabha. Total member of Lok Sabha are 545 members and out of 545 members, 2 members are selected by President from the Anglo-Indian community. President is a part of the parliament, both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The President addresses the first meeting of the parliament and the joint session of the parliament. Beside two occasions, the President never entered the parliament. It started the meeting, first meeting and joined the session of the parliament. Okay, beside the two occasions, President never attended the parliament. The President can summon both the houses of the parliament. Both the houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, can withhold the proceeding of both the houses of the parliament and can even dissolve the parliament. He can summon the parliament, he can dissolve the parliament. A bill which has passed through the three reading in both the houses of the parliament can become an act only after the president sign it. You have a separate question, what can a bill become an act? So that you have to learn it. Before becoming a law, before making a law, a bill has to pass in the Lok Sabha as well as in the Rajya Sabha. And then that bill goes to the president for assent. If the president sign it, then the bill considered as an act. Act means a law. Okay? So the act only after the president sign it. Lok Sabha is not a permanent house. The term of its members is 5 years. So if it is not dissolved before the completion of the term. Constitution of India is the most important supreme, not the parliament. Has the parliament enjoy its power within its limits prescribed by the constitution. If the law framed by the parliament that not according to the constitution, that violate the constitution, that can be challenged in the court. Okay, so the parliament can frame law according to the rules and regulations of the constitution. If the court finds the framed law against the provision of the constitution, the court can nullify, cancel the law. Okay, so if the court find it the law that not according to the constitution, against the provision of the constitution, then the court nullify the law. Now what will be the qualification for being the member of the Lok Sabha? So the first, that he must be the citizen of India, should be a 25 years of age and more than that, should not having unsound mind or insolvent, not mentally retarded. He or she should not be employee of the central and the state government, should not be government employee. He must not be proven criminal. Okay, so there should be period of 6 months between two sittings of the parliament. Clear? He must not be proven criminal. That's it, the qualification of being a member of the Lok Sabha. A president can dissolve the Lok Sabha on the council of the prime minister. A member of any house of the parliament can attend the proceeding of the house and can vote in the same house, but the member of the cabinet ministry can attend the proceeding of both the houses of the parliament even if he or she is not the member of the Lok Sabha. If he or she is the member of the upper house, then he or she can vote in that house only. Okay, so the member of that house can give the vote to in that house only. Now students, you have to remember the state of Gujarat has representation of 26 members in the Lok Sabha. Okay, in the Lok Sabha from Gujarat 26 members are there, that you have to remember. The term of the Lok Sabha 5 years, but the president can dissolve it before if there is a need. So president can dissolve it before. In the case of a national emergency, the term of Lok Sabha can be extended for 1 year. If the president dissolves the parliament, it cannot be challenged the court. So the qualification is going to be asked for the 2 or 3 mark students, you have to remember. Now what do you mean by quorum? Quorum means what? Total member of the Lok Sabha 540 are there. Okay, so the quorum is the number of the member present in the house of the parliament, and out of the 545 members, the number of the member that present in the parliament, that considered as quorum. It is the number of the member that present working in the house out of the total number of the members of the house. The minimum members or minimum quorum of the Lok Sabha should be 1/10 of the 545, that is 555 members should be present. Similarly, the minimum quorum of the Rajya Sabha 2 should be 1/10 out of 250. That means 25 should be present. So quorum means what? The number of the member that present in the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Clear? So minimum quorum of the Lok Sabha 55 members and minimum quorum of the Rajya Sabha 25 members. Now Rajya Sabha student. Rajya Sabha is the upper house of the parliament. It is the representative of the house of all the states and the union territories of India. There are total 250 members in the Rajya Sabha. The member of the Rajya Sabha are indirectly elected by the member of Legislative Assembly of the state and the union territory through the method of equal representation. So in the Lok Sabha, the member directly elected. In the Lok Sabha, the members are directly elected. In the Rajya Sabha, members are indirectly elected by the Legislative Assembly, means the Vidhan Sabha of the state and the union territories through method of equivalent representation. In all, 238 members of Rajya Sabha are elected. Rest of 12 are nominated by the President of India. So 238 are elected and 12 are nominated by President. Who are that 12 numbers? The 12 members should have specific knowledge that's with respect to their specialization in literature, science, arts, culture, sports and social service. No person can be the member of both the house together. Simultaneously means what? Together. Followed? So Rajya Sabha is called upper house of the Rajya Sabha. There are 250 members of the Rajya Sabha, 238 that elected, and 12 members are nominated by the President. So there are indirect elections in the Rajya Sabha. Now qualification for the membership of the Rajya Sabha. To be qualified as a candidate and to be elected as a member of Rajya Sabha, he and she must be the citizen of India. Okay, first qualification. Second qualification, age. He and she should be 30 years of age or more. Third qualification, he and she must not be unsound mind or insolvent or criminal. Fourth qualification, should not be a government employee or taking salary and holding any office of profit. Okay, so these all are the qualifications. Now total member of Gujarat in the Rajya Sabha. Total member of Gujarat, 11 members, 11 seats in the Rajya Sabha. Now students, underline this is important. Rajya Sabha is permanent house. Not all the members of the Rajya Sabha retire together. It not totally dissolved. 1/3 members of it Rajya Sabha retire every 2 years. Okay, and same members elected. The tenure of the member of the Rajya Sabha is 6 years. However, the members are eligible for re-election and renomination. So, Rajya Sabha is permanent house. Every 2 years, 1/3 member retired and election occurred. And Rajya Sabha, that is a term of the office of the Rajya Sabha is 6 years. Generally, both the houses of the parliament meet for 3 times in a year. That you have to remember. These meetings are called sessions. 3 times in a year. These meetings are called sessions. That is budget session, monsoon session and winter session. Budget session, monsoon session and winter session. The Vice President of India, by virtue of his office, hold the office and chairman of the Rajya Sabha. So you have to remember student, the Vice President of the country is the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Whereas the Vice Chairman of the Rajya Sabha is elected by the member of Rajya Sabha among themselves only. Okay, so Vice Chairman, that the member of the Rajya Sabha elected among themselves. The first chairman of the Rajya Sabha was Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. Okay, the first chairman of the Rajya Sabha was Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. So 3 sessions, budget session, monsoon session and winter session. Now the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. The main function of the Speaker is to see the proceeding of the Lok Sabha get organized in the prescribed form, maintain the discipline, order and dignity of the houses are the topmost functions of the Speaker. I do not want to much explain. You have seen in the television and everything how Speaker control the entire situation. The member of the Lok Sabha elect their Speaker and Deputy Speaker from among themselves. Lok Sabha member elect the Speaker as well as the Deputy Speaker among themselves. The Speaker presides over the session of Lok Sabha, maintain and control its functioning. It preside the session and it maintain and controls its functioning. The Speaker expects the disciplines from the members in the Lok Sabha. It expects the discipline in the Lok Sabha. The Speaker is the protector of the dignity of the House. His decision in the House are final and conclusive. That's why the Speaker control its functioning, maintain and control the Lok Sabha's functioning. That's why the Speaker is considered as protector of the dignity of the House, and its decision in the House are final and conclusive. Speaker can belong to any of the political party, can even have strong support of the political party. But after being appointed as the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, it is expected that the Speaker carry out proceeding of the Parliament in a firm and impartial manner. There should not be any partiality. By gaining the majority of the member of the Lok Sabha on the resolution to remove the Speaker. With this, the Speaker can be removed from his post by giving the 14 days notice period. Okay, the Speaker can be removed from the post by giving a 14 days notice period. All the speeches, criticism in the Lok Sabha are done by addressing the Speaker only. All the speeches in the Lok Sabha, the criticism on the Lok Sabha, they're done by addressing the Speaker only. The working of in the both the House of Parliament can be carried out in both two languages, Hindi and English. Okay, but the speaker can permit the any member of the Lok Sabha to speak his own language in case he does not know Hindi or English. Okay, the speaker can permit member of Lok Sabha to speak in a own language. If any member of the Lok Sabha remains absent for continuous period of 60 days without informing the speaker, then his seat is declared as a vacant. Clear? So the speaker can also be removed by from his post by giving 40 days notice period, and all the function of both the houses carried out in Hindi and the English language. Now, casting vote. During the proceeding of the house, there arise any question, problem, matter, discussion or problem of bill and act. The decision upon it is to be taken especially when the number of votes in the favor and against the matter are equal. Total ties are there. In the number, then in such situation, the speaker can give the vote, and that considered as casting vote. Apart from such situation, speaker cannot give the vote. Shri Ganesh Vasudev Mawalkar was the first speaker of Lok Sabha. In the absence of the speaker, the proceedings are conducted by deputy speaker. In the absence of the speaker, deputy speaker, the proceeding of the Lok Sabha conducted by the speaker's panel consisting of senior, experienced and who are familiar with the proceeding of the parliament experts from different political parties. So these are the speaker of the Lok Sabha. Speaker is the protector and dignity of the house. His decision in the house are final and conclusive. So he can give the vote whenever there is favor and the against in the matter the votes are equal. So then he can give the vote, and the voting of that considered as casting vote. When can the bill become an act? The proposal is called the bill. The parliament does the important work of augmenting the old law, changing the old law, framing the new law and nullifying the obsolete law. Cancel that law. Any of the bills, either ordinary bill, money bill or bill to amend the constitution can become an act by passing through the following process. Any bill can be presented in either house of the parliament. The bill can be presented by minister or any member of the parliament. Okay, the minister can also present the bill, and the member of the parliament also can present the bill. If any dispute arises between the two houses of the parliament regarding any bill, the president can call a joint sitting of both the houses of the parliament. The proceeding of both the houses of the parliament in a joint sitting of both the houses of the parliament. The proceeding of both the houses of the parliament in a joint sitting is chaired by speaker, whereas the bill can be passed by the majority only. Then the bill become an act if it passed by the majority of the members of both the houses. Clear? The bill become an act. Now this procedure that you have to write it down, this will ask for 4 marks students, so that you have to learn it.